Once upon a time, in the shining kingdom of Valoria, there lived a beautiful and kind princess named Emma. She had everything a princess could dream of: dresses spun from gold, jewels that sparkled like the stars, and a grand castle filled with laughter and song. But even with all this wonder, there was one thing Princess Emma sometimes struggled with: honesty. One bright morning, the royal painter, a kind old man with gentle eyes, arrived at the castle. He was excited to show the king his latest masterpiece, a new portrait of Princess Emma. But when Emma saw it, her cheerful expression vanished. The girl in the painting was her, yes, but it wasn't the flawless, perfect image she held in her mind. "That doesn't look like me," she exclaimed, her voice sharp with disappointment. "My eyes aren't that small, and my nose isn't crooked like that." In a flash of frustration, her hand knocked over a pot of dark ink, spilling it all across the beautiful canvas. The painting was ruined. Just then, the king and queen walked into the room. The queen gasped, seeing the spoiled portrait. "Emma, what happened to your beautiful painting?" Emma froze. Her heart began to race like a frightened rabbit. She didn't want them to know what she had done. She didn't want to see disappointment in their eyes. So, in that moment of panic, she chose the easy way out. I think the painter dropped it," she stammered, pointing a trembling finger at the innocent artist. The room fell completely silent. The painter's face crumpled with sadness, but he was a humble man and said nothing to defend himself. The king, sensing the tension, sighed deeply and asked everyone to leave the room so he could think. That night, Princess Emma tossed and turned in her big, comfortable bed. Sleep would not come. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the painter's heartbroken expression. The weight of her lie felt like a heavy stone on her chest. Her soft pillow felt hard and lumpy with guilt, whispering to the shadows in her room. She said to herself, "Why did I lie? I just didn't want them to be disappointed in me." She got up and walked to the window, staring out at the silvery moon hanging in the dark sky. It seemed as if the twinkling stars were whispering to her, their gentle light spelling out two words: be brave, be honest. The next day was the Grand Royal Garden Festival. Guests from every corner of the kingdom arrived in their finest clothes, filling the castle gardens with color and happy chatter. As the princess, Emma was supposed to greet them with a warm smile, but her heart was too heavy. The lie she told yesterday was a dark cloud that blocked out all the sunshine of the festival. She tried to smile, but it felt fake. Finally, she couldn't stand it a moment longer. The guilt was too much to carry. She gathered her courage, excused herself from the party, and ran straight to the throne room where her parents were seated, discussing royal matters. "Mother, father, I have to tell you something," she said, her voice nervous and small. The king looked at her, his expression gentle but serious. "What is it, my dear?" Taking a deep breath, Emma let the truth pour out. Her voice trembled as she spoke. "I wasn't honest yesterday. The painter didn't ruin the painting. I did. I was angry because I didn't think it was perfect. And I lied about it." The king listened, his gaze steady. For a long moment, he was silent. Then, he slowly stood up, a small knowing smile touching his lips. "My daughter," he said, his voice full of warmth, "do you know what makes a true princess?" Emma shook her head, tears welling up in her eyes, afraid of what he might say next. "It's not the crown on her head, nor the jewels around her neck," the king continued. "It's the truth in her heart. Admitting a mistake takes incredible courage. Only a brave person can do that." The queen then stepped forward and wrapped Emma in a tight, loving hug. "We are so proud of you, Emma," she whispered. You've just learned the most precious royal rule of all, honesty. A wave of relief washed over Emma, and she smiled through her tears. Feeling lighter than she had in days, she excused herself and ran to the painter's workshop at the edge of the castle gardens. She found him quietly sketching, looking sad. "I'm truly sorry," she said, her voice sincere. "I'm sorry for ruining your work. And I am so sorry for blaming you. You painted me perfectly, just the way I am." The painter looked up, and his kind eyes crinkled into a warm smile. "And that, princess," he said gently, "is true beauty, when the heart shines brighter than the crown." From that day forward, Princess Emma became known throughout the kingdom of Valoria. People still admired her beautiful dresses and sparkling jewels, but they spoke more of her honest and kind heart. And so, dear friends, the story of Princess Emma teaches us a valuable lesson. Honesty can sometimes feel difficult, like climbing a tall mountain, but reaching the top brings peace and respect. A lie might save you for a moment, but the truth will set you free forever. Thank you so much for watching this story with us. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more wonderful tales. We'll see you next time.